All right. Welcome, one and all. We're here. We're joined in a holy matrimony to discuss a
Oh,
great article on IGN.com. Tiger, welcome.
we're getting married to talk about an
Thank you
article.
for
That seems
having me.
seems a little
We'll have
extreme.
you from now and for all times. Thank you very much,
Yeah, okay.
Alec.
Yes.
Yeah, we're joined together to talk about IGN's top 100 video games of all time, which came out at the very end of the year. So this is like a couple months after. Basically, a whole month has passed. Came like December 31st, and then it got. I saw some people talking about it and like reacting to the list, and I looked at it and I was like, okay, this is interesting. This is interesting. Some hot takes.
Yeah. I briefly looked at it. I actually don't even really remember what was on it. Like, it was sort of the thing I was like, oh, huh, that's interesting. And then it was one of those things that I just looked at in passing. So I did remember being like, oh, that's kind of weird to something, but like, I don't even remember what it was anymore.
So we'll kind of just go through it and then we'll
and,
talk
and
about
Tiger,
what
you
it
haven't even
does.
you haven't even looked at it at all.
He hasn't looked at it
Not
at all?
really. I see that Borderlands 2 is number 100. That's it.
Right.
That's
That's
well, there
where
you
it
go.
all starts.
Borderlands.
Okay, so yeah, number 100 is Borderlands 2. Borderlands 2 I personally love. I love this game. In my list it would be way higher, obviously, but I'm glad at least it got recognized. I'm assuming it's the highest Borderlands on the list. Maybe there's a Borderlands 1, but I
I doubt it.
I think 2 is considered the best, right?
It's definitely considered the high mark for the series.
Okay.
I've played about an hour of the game. It was fine.
It's so
I
good.
enjoyed it
You need
when
to
I played
you need
it.
to get friends first. That's the problem.
Yes, I played it with friends, but we can't. We
Oh.
it was getting people together to do it when we were.
We
so
all hated each other at the time. It was a mess.
yeah, we were all fighting, and yeah.
I played through the whole game with my uncle when I was younger, but I've never really liked first-person shooters, and this wasn't much of an exception. I guess
Okay.
it was fun, and I liked the characters, but I could never get past the first-person perspective. I feel I don't know. I feel claustrophobic in those games. You know what I mean?
So maybe it's like
That's
number
really interesting.
101 for you, right? You're a little harder on it.
It's off the list.
Yeah, definitely not on my list.
Damn. Okay. Number 99, Divinity Original Sin 2.
I have
Anyone play
nothing to
that?
say about this.
Mm-mm.
I've heard extremely good things about that.
But I've heard the first one was amazing, so I guess the second one is better.
I'm
I've
sure.
heard two is even better. I heard two is like amazing, but like I have really nothing to say about it. So
So here's where it gets interesting. Number 98 on this list is Final Fantasy 7.
So
that
they're setting the bar pretty high, right?
yeah, that is exceedingly low for me.
It's coming in
That
hot.
game is like that game is not okay. So that game, it's not my favorite Final Fantasy game, but I think it just. I know I can almost guarantee you that Final Fantasy VI is going to be somewhere in the top 10. Like just by this by knowing the people who make this list. I'm going to make a hot gaming take right now. I don't think Final Fantasy VI is all that good. I'm going to come out and say that. Boom, you can come attack me. That was a little bit flagrant. I don't actually mean that. I think
I take it back.
I want to try to get away from the phrases of like underrated or overrated, but I think people have too many there are too many like positives about that game that people highlight that they don't want to talk about the stuff of that game that doesn't work very well. And everything that it doesn't do very well, Final Fantasy VII does better, like infinitely. And Final Fantasy VII itself isn't perfect. The materia system actually isn't great. People hold it up on a very high pedestal. That system is so broken. You can bust that if you're looking like mechanically on a surface level, it's great. But when you start diving into it mechanically, you can break that game open. It becomes like the easiest game in the world. You know, it's not perfect. Nothing that's that old is perfect. They all have holes, particularly huge RPGs. But that game did so much for the industry. That game did so much for RPGs in general. That like. That's crazy to me that it's that low.
I think the reasoning for it being that low is literally that it has aged I think it's important to contextualize. Let me say what they said in the beginning in the blurb. It says, games in our top 100 have to measure up to a few key metrics. How great a game it was when it launched, how fun it is to still play today, and how much the game reflects the best in its class. While past versions of this list have put a big emphasis on a game's impact and influence, we've essentially taken that out of the equation. Many games that left a mark and inspired future developers may not stand the test of time and be all that fun to play right now, or quite simply, they may have been surpassed by other games.
If you put Final Fantasy VI up higher, I'm sorry, but that game is not as fun to play as Final Fantasy VII.
Yeah, I'll note.
I was gonna put it out there. There's a reason why I've beaten Final Fantasy VII and I've never beaten Final Fantasy VI.
I've only ever made it 13 hours into Final Fantasy VII. It was the very first Gent Challenge I ever participated in. I was assigned that game, and I never beat it.
This is a good perspective. Did it like bore you, or did you just not really get super far?
It definitely bored me. I was young. Maybe if I played it now, I'd enjoy it, but it definitely bored me. The graphics really hurt my eyes and turned me off. I know people love it, but I don't know. And I don't like the timed combat system with you gotta wait for the bar of time to fill up. I never liked that at all.
Oh, the ATB. You can actually turn that off to a degree. It still will. The bar will still fill up, but you can turn it off to make it so that you can spend as much time in menus as you want.
Yeah, I didn't like that either. I had to change that setting for my insanity. But yeah, I have almost the same exact thing where I think I made almost 13 hours in my playthrough for the Gents Challenge that I think Alec assigned me, Final Fantasy VII. Mm-hmm. Okay. But I actually really was enjoying it. There were some things that did annoy me about it, and obviously some things are aged about it, but I was really enjoying it still. So I think it holds up more than maybe they're giving it credit for, but there's some key things.
Give it a second chance.
There's some key things later in this list which I'm is a clear contradiction to this rule to me. But so
the legacy thing.
Yeah, there's no way this has aged better than this. Is what I'm saying. We'll see.
Yeah,
you'll see. Okay. There's one particular. I'm
I think that PS1 style. I think it's so charming. I really do. I think people are finally starting to figure that out. I've seen some games that in a PS1 style, graphical style. I think there's something about that low polygon look that I find really charming. To me, it's more interesting to do something like that. You stand up, you set yourself apart a little bit better than just doing another pixel art game. Pixel art is gorgeous. It will always look appealing. But if you can do something special with a low poly sort of game, then you can make yourself stand out. Indie developers, go for those low poly things.
Yeah, there's not that many low poly games.
Yeah.
There's this horror game on Switch that goes for the low poly PS1 style. I can't remember the name right now, but it's so cool.
Yeah, I think Pete's played that on a stream. It's okay. I think he's played a few of those. It's very cool. Those are always really cool. Mm-hmm. But all right, well, there's a lot of this list still to get through. Let's keep moving
Number
along.
97.
Make it the whole way.
Number 97, Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag.
I would definitely have this in my top 100, maybe even top 50. I don't beat games. This is one of the only games I've not only beaten, but I've played it again.
Mm-hmm. Did you have this
for a
Gens
Challenge? My brother really
challenge?
likes this game a lot.
I don't know if I got this for a Gens Challenge. Maybe a long time ago on the forum I might have. On the good old PS3. Now I have it on the Switch. It's playing this on the Lite. It's my childhood dreams come true. I never could have imagined being able to play Assassin's Creed in a handheld. Mm-hmm. I remember back in the day dreaming they would bring the Vita, they would bring the pirate ships and stuff to it, but they never did. They brought, Aveline, that game was great, but I would have loved to see the pirate ship gameplay in handheld. So it's really a dream come true to play it on the Switch.
I've yet to play any Assassin's Creed games, so
I played one. Assassin's Creed 1 is the only one I played, and I liked it. It's not great. I don't think it's a very good game actually, but I enjoyed it for what it is. Setting things up for what everyone loves about 2 and Brotherhood.
the first game was chill. It was just
it's pretty laid back. Yeah,
of the series.
Yeah,
I beat that whole one too. I think that was the only game I beat in 2020.
There you go.
Is Black Flag considered the best Assassin's Creed, or should we not expect any more Assassin's Creed?
There maybe like Origins or Odyssey might show up. People speak very highly about those games these days. Okay. But I think
IGN spoke the best about Odyssey, if I remember correctly. Maybe I could be wrong.
I think this is, if this isn't the highest, it's going to be one of those other ones that show up there.
Or two,
maybe two. Two might show up too. Yeah,
right.
But I think generally speaking, based on people I've talked to, this is the high bar of the old style series. Because I mean, you get to sail around and you sing sea shanties, and it's great. Like that to me, that's the most appealing thing to me. I'm obsessed with like the ocean.
That's what it's about.
Yeah, that's I know that game. That game is like I'm gonna vibe with that whenever I get around to playing it. So,
all right, number 96, Monkey Island 2, LeChuck's Revenge.
Good game. I don't really have much else to say about it.
Not much to say.
I've only played the first Monkey Island on my phone in like 2009.
Yeah. Number 95 is Burnout 3 Takedown.
The racing game.
I've heard it's considered like an all-time classic, right?
The Burnout game? Yeah.
Burnout 3.
I guess 3 is. I'd guess. I don't really know. I'm not super into racing games, so I don't really...
Me either. Even our Forza Horizon that we were so stoked about from E3. I've yet to play that.
When I get it, that's going to be the first thing I do. What I download when I get a Series X. I swear. I'm super looking forward to that game. It looks great.
I have a CD case somewhere with PS2 games I've never played, and Burnout 3 is in there.
Okay.
Give it a shot. It's in the top 100. It's beating Final Fantasy VII.
It's better than Final Fantasy VII.
Better than Final Fantasy VII, according to this.
Okay, number 94, Fallout 2.
I just saw number 93. I'm already face palming.
Tiger, don't look ahead. Don't look at. Hey, get off the list. You're spoiling yourself.
Fallout 2. I mean, I guess if you're like a real hardcore, talk about games that haven't aged well. None of the Fallout 1 and 2 have not aged well. I'm sorry.
It's very, very hard learning curve to get into those games now.
Yeah, it's like really hard learning curve. I didn't have the patience for it. I was like, I can't do this. I tried playing.
Tried those ones.
I tried Fallout 1, and maybe that was my problem. I should have tried Fallout 2, but I tried Fallout 1, and I was like, I played about like 30 minutes of it, and I was like, I can't do this.
There's people that defend Fallout 1 saying it's better than 2, but there's different reasons each game is better than the other. Like the setting of Fallout 1 felt a lot more real than Fallout 2. Like it felt like this dystopian world could actually be something that could happen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that was something I feel like the first game did the best. I haven't played them through in completion. I maybe played 12 hours or 11 hours of each of them, but from that's how I felt.
All right, well, number 93 is League of Legends.
Oof.
Right.
Anybody watch Arcane? Anyone watch Arcane? I haven't watched that yet. I still have to watch it. I've heard it's amazing.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it yet. That's the only thing I have to say about that. I lost friendships over League of Legends, and I've never played that game. So what does that tell you?
I never played it either, but it is like Is it like the most played game of all time? Right? It's like something like that.
Probably something like that. Probably it's just in terms of like hours played. Yeah, almost certainly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's huge. So, but, I mean, I can't speak for it being higher on the list. So just like. You know, that's the impact of it all is really what that is. It's just a huge cultural phenomenon, but I don't know in terms of the game itself. But something about it keeps people sticking with it. Number 92 is Mega Man 3.
Okay.
I don't like particularly 3, I guess so.
If you put 3 down here, 3... another hot take, 3 is probably a better game than 2. I don't know if that's actually a hot take or not. I think people could mostly agree with that.
I haven't played enough Mega Man to know, honestly.
I've beaten Mega Man 2. I've never beaten Mega Man 3, but mechanically the game works a lot better. Because if memory serves, Mega Man 3 doesn't have a weapon that is strong against everything, like Mega Man 2 does. Metal blades are too powerful. They're powerful against literally everything in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, even stuff that doesn't have a weakness to it, it's strong against. Like, it doesn't do as much as if the boss was weak to it, but it still does more damage than the Mega Buster. So, yeah. There's not a weapon like that in Mega Man 3. Mega Man 3 is the level design is great.
So would you expect any other Mega Man games on this list, or do you think?
Yes, Mega Man X. Mega Man X should be on this list. Yes.
Yeah.
That needs to be way higher.
All right.
The game's a freaking masterpiece.
Number 91 is Animal Crossing: New Horizons.
Interesting.
It is interesting.
Definitely, you can't deny the impact it's had.
But the impact doesn't matter on this list, Tiger. Tiger, the impact doesn't matter.
According to this, the impact doesn't matter, even though it kind of does.
I feel like that's the only reason to put that game on here.
That's an extremely well-made game, though. Really good, I got into that game for as brief period of time as I did. Because I'm not a simulation person.
If I were going based off of like impact, I would put like Animal Crossing the original higher on the list. For me, I might say personally, Animal Crossing New Leaf might even be better.
Yes,
New Horizons
I
is like
feel that.
New Horizons has much more widespread appeal, and it's like it's expanded in different ways. It's just like it's like a different kind of Animal Crossing than what we had before. But yeah, I mean, I love the game still, even though I'm slacking and I haven't gone back to it really. I expected to stick with it so long.
When it came out, I played it 2 weeks straight, and that
so did everyone.
I literally played like 3 months every single day, and then as soon as I missed a day, I didn't play it since. It's one of those things.
Right. That's one day you're like, damn.
Freaking Ryan time traveling and then lying about it.
Yeah, the time travel shenanigans. You know, I don't associate with time travelers. I don't respect it.
I don't care. I'm fine with it. You can play the game however you want. I don't care.
Well, if people are going to invade my sanctity of Animal Crossing, I'd say so. I mean, I consider New Horizons beat once you get KK Slider on your island. That's what I consider the beat point for that. But it's really...
You see credits, yeah.
Yeah.
You see credits? Okay.
You do see credits when he shows up on your island, yeah.
Oh, there you go.
And I see hearts. My God, that guy's awesome. All right. Number 90 is Thief 2, The Metal Age.
Ooh.
Sure.
I haven't played Thief, but I've heard very good things about the series. Sure. Yeah, my fiance loves those games.
Okay.
All right.
Number 89 is SimCity 2000.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that game is... I had that on our Windows 95 computer. That game was... I can still remember the theme song to that. I could hum it right now, but I've decided against it.
Okay.
That SimCity 2000 is awesome. That game is great.
I've heard.
SimCity 4 was my shit. I don't think I ever played 2000, though. I can't say if it's better or not.
Reticulating splines.
Okay.
Yeah, that game's great. I mean, I don't know if I would have it this high on a list. I don't even know if I would consider it a top 100, but it's a good game. This is well designed.
Like 100 is like a lot of games. Like I personally, as a gamer, would not. I don't know if I would be confident in making 100 games of all time lists. You know, I don't think I've experienced enough of them to make it that. But so it's hard to say when it's like, should it be in the top 100 or not? But
yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's
Number 88.
Do we know?
Yeah.
Wait, did everybody who made this list play every game on the list?
I would say almost certainly not.
Right. So it's hard to have a truly unbiased, perfect organization.
Yeah, it just says that with all the IGN's list reflects the current staff's 100 best games of all time. So I don't know how that algorithm goes, but it's the current staff. Number 88 is Inside, which I haven't
played this game. All I know about it is that I should not get it spoiled for me, and I haven't yet.
Okay, I don't know anything about it. But...
I know nothing about this game, and I'm trying to keep it that way until I play it. I should have put that on my list, but Kingdom Hearts Boy wouldn't have put it on there.
It's an indie game.
It is an indie game,
okay.
Yes.
Right.
Maybe the same people that made Limbo.
The trailers till I found out it was a horror game.
It was made by the same people that made Limbo.
Number
Limbo was
87.
fun.
Limbo was fun. It was all right.
I'm sure we'll see that on here, but the fact
You
that
think?
number 87 is this, I don't know.
I don't think we will.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 87 is Titanfall 2.
Interesting.
Why?
They said
So here's
Titanfall
the
2
thing.
is one of the
They
best
them
FPS
put
games
that
that many
there.
haven't played.
It's one of the best. It is. So I've watched this played casually, and I've watched a speed run of it. This game is awesome, and really, its biggest problem is the fact that it's called Titanfall 2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because Titanfall 1 came out, and everyone hated it.
Mm-hmm.
Titanfall 2 is like nothing like that game. The first person experience, the the single player experience of that game is that game. I don't even know if it had a multiplayer. It probably did, but that's all anyone cares about, and that is apparently like one of the best of the generation first person shooters.
Wow.
So
Maybe I need to watch some videos
Yeah.
about it.
movement in the game is incredible. That to me is like what makes the game. There's a game that came out called like Ghost Runner. It's very similar to that, where you like wall running and stuff. It looks great.
I'm down. It's been a while since I've played a really good first-person shooter, so...
Yeah. I've been meaning to. I have it. I think I own it. I should own it. If I don't, I'm ashamed.
Mm-hmm.
But
Well, number 86 is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2.
Oh, okay. That's a good choice.
Which is
That's a
pretty
good
much
game.
universally considered the best Tony Hawk game, so...
Yeah.
If naturally it feels like it should be higher, but I don't know. I haven't played it since then. I even bought the remake, but I still haven't played that either.
Remake is really good. It's really good. It's kind of crazy to say that a Tony Hawk game in 2020 was really good, but it was.
Yeah,
I'm happy. I hope we get some sequels now that that's out.
Right.
My favorite part about that game, speaking of the remake, all of the skaters in it are their current ages. So like Tony Hawk is like 50. He doesn't look like young Tony Hawk. He looks like current Tony Hawk.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all like current age. Oh yeah. Oh
Tony
yeah.
Hawk's awesome. I love that
Tony
guy.
Hawk is one of the coolest people who's ever lived.
Wait,
he's just so down to earth.
Tell me this: if this game is not about impact and the games have surpassed it, why isn't Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1+2 just here instead? Right? Wouldn't that be just objectively better?
Is the combination of the first and the second game lesser than the second game on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Exactly.
by itself.
Exactly, Tiger. Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Logic doesn't track. I don't get it.
No, the second game by itself could have more value than... I don't know. I haven't played
That's
it.
impact. That's impact we're talking about. I
is
feel like they're
impact,
letting
yeah.
impact seep into their brain without them wanting it to. Number 85 is Monster Hunter World, which I have no experience with Monster Hunter, unfortunately, but I'd like to.
So the friend of mine that I was talking about the Jen's Challenge video that we did, my RL friend who participated in that last time. I don't know how much time. I in case he watches this, I'm not going to say how much time I think he's put into it. Actually, wait. I have.
Not okay. It's not okay. Whatever amount it was, apparently.
Yeah, I have. Oh no, I don't think it was, because some of it is menus and stuff like that. So it's like you can't hold him to a fault for that. But let me just see how many hours he's put into Monster Hunter World.
I wouldn't call it healthy, but I'm sure menus had something to do with it.
While you're looking, I'll say I got the Monster Hunter 3 new 3DS when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
I played the game once. I don't know. I need to play it more. It's just always been on my list. Monster Hunter 4, I'm sorry.
Right.
There's like a new one every year. It's
I've been wanting to play them ever since like Monster Hunter Try on the Wii.
Mm-hmm.
When that goes
1,200 hours.
1,200 hours.
Yeah, but the game's been out since like what? Like it's been out for like 4 years now.
Mm-hmm.
He's gone off on playing it. Some of that is just like the game being active too. But that's a lot of active game. He had been trying to get me into it for a long time, but I don't think he's played it super like right on the regs these days. But just because he's grinded out a lot of the content, so it's like what more can you do?
It's like you just gotta try it once, man. Just one time, you'll be hooked.
I have it downloaded. I played it once. I enjoyed it. I tried the demo when it was on PS4, and I remember really liking it a lot. One of my best friends in high school was a big Monster Hunter Tri fan. Like he would play that game, and I remember being really impressed by how cool it was. But yeah, it's like one of those things where it's like the lifestyle games. I can only really have one at a time, or really just one, and that for me right now is Destiny. So I have a hard time. I have a hard time getting into Genshin Impact. I have a hard time getting into Monster Hunter World because I know the time commitments that they're going to require from me. That I Destiny's my kind of my love, and it's like I can't really get into that. I get out of that unless I abandon it, which I basically already have. I don't play video games anymore, so I'm saying that facetiously. I do. It's just that's kind of I'm all used up.
Number 84 is Resident Evil 2 Remake.
Oh, I haven't played this yet.
I haven't played it either.
Yeah.
But I've heard it's excellent.
I've heard it's quite great, yeah.
Number 83 is System Shock 2.
Again, another stone cold cult classic that I just haven't played yet.
Right, same.
Yeah.
So, apparently the influence for BioShock, I guess.
This BioShock is the spiritual successor, because I think what's his face? Crap, I don't remember his name, but the guy who directed the BioShock 1 and BioShock Infinite. I think he worked on the team that made it. Anyway, haven't played it. I heard it's good.
But my question would be: is it holds up that well now? Still, it seems old.
I don't know.
Why are old games on this list? They're aged.
It paved the way. That just shows that they're breaking.
It paved the way. Did they really say that?
Yeah, they said
Legacy.
Impact.
Yeah.
Right.
Shut the fuck up, IGN.
Yeah, seriously, IGN. You can't spell ignorant without IGN.
Number 82 is Mortal Kombat 11. It's the newest one.
Is that the best
11?
Mortal Kombat?
Is it really? Is that what people say?
One.
I think I remember hearing.
They said Mortal Kombat 11 is quite simply one of, if not the most complete fighting games in existence.
But isn't Mortal Kombat 11 where they were like, all right. Gamers, we hear you. We know you don't like sexualized video game characters. So we're gonna make all of the female characters, we're gonna make them really ugly. We're gonna make them look more real. By that we mean we're gonna make them look ugly. I'm pretty sure that they got flack for that. They changed all the character designs around because they were like, oh well, we don't want to make him too sexy, and it was like, what? Okay. People like looking at attractive things. I don't know if you're aware of this. I like my male game characters to also look very attractive. That's just me.
I like my characters sexy. I just love them.
Who doesn't want to have something good to look at while you're playing a video game?
I don't really need it.
And it's like, yeah. I mean, yeah. I play exclusively games where you are inanimate objects. I don't need any of this.
So, I can't really comment on combat. I'm not very well versed in that series anyway.
I remember Mortal Kombat 9 I remember being received very well, but
now the question is always: is this the sole representative of Mortal Kombat?
Almost definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like each game has just been received well, and it's just like they're just like, all right, we'll put the most recent one up there.
Yeah.
And Mortal Kombat 10, I think, was not received particularly well, if memory served. People didn't really like that one so much.
Yeah, but you better bet your bottom dollar you got 50 million views on every fatality in Mortal Kombat 10 on YouTube.
Absolutely.
You gotta
cool.
see them. Number 81 is Persona 5 Royal.
Okay.
That game's phenomenal. As I say, my Shujin Academy blanket that you probably can't even see because of the video editing.
I hope this doesn't mean Persona 4 is not on the list. The Persona 4 better be here.
It might mean that. It might mean that.
I think it might mean that, unfortunately. I mean, Persona 5 is great. I actually haven't played Royal yet, so.
But that's just the better
I bought Persona 5 when it came out. It's still waiting. You'd think it's in the PS4 right now, but the controller, we need a new controller.
I know.
It's
I really
so
want to
good.
play it. I've played the first few hours and I already loved it. I'm like,
It's so
losing
yeah.
time.
It's a beautiful game.
So what would you say? How do you feel about that placement? Is it too high, too low?
It's a specific kind of game for the right people. I mean, it's on my top 20 probably. Period. Yeah. But like.
Yeah, right. Like
we're talking all time, and we're not talking Chrono's Alec's list of games. You know, it's like it makes sense to me. I feel like it definitely deserves to be on the top 100 somewhere. In terms of placement, I'd probably put it higher, but
right, like Animal Crossing on the GameCube is probably like my top 10. So
yeah, there you go. Yeah.
When you say higher, you mean like 99 or number?
No, it should be like up. It should be up closer to I would say like in the 50s or 40s or something. But
all right, number 80 is Dark Souls.
Sure. I haven't played this game yet. I'd said that so negatively. I don't know. I love those. I love the concept of those games because I've only played Demon Souls and Bloodborne. So I've never played any of the actual Dark Souls games. So
a lot of these games you hear them and it's like, oh well, that sounds like it should be higher though. But at that point, it's like, well, everything should be higher. Then I guess not.
Right. There's gonna be some of the other. I almost guarantee you that maybe they might put Dark Souls 3 higher, and I feel like Bloodborne has to be on this list. Absolutely has to be on this list.
They were all over that game.
Yeah, they were all over it.
So this is funny to me.
I mean, everyone is. That game's amazing.
This is funny to me. Number 80, Dark Souls, juxtaposed by number 79, which is Fortnite.
Oh!
I think that just invalidates this whole list. We can go home. Good night.
Fortnite, in terms of like, I guess, in terms of like
impact,
sales,
in terms of impact, you might say.
It's not my impact, but like, is it actually a good game?
I don't know. I've never played. I can't comment. But
it
doesn't look like it would be anything I enjoy, honestly.
I have, and playing it for maybe 2 hours, I was like, okay, I'm done. Like, I got my fill of it.
I will never touch it again.
I came in like, I think I came in like top 5 in one of the rounds, and I was like, oh, that was fun. That was cool.
Were you not?
But I felt like almost nothing about it. Like, I was like, this game,
just the same thing over and over.
It's kind of yeah. I mean, like, yeah. Obviously, there's some variations. They've been doing different things with experimentation with seasons and stuff now. So you're getting different power ups. They do all these stupid crossovers that I hate. Stop doing that. Stop teasing Tron. Don't bring Tron into Fortnite, please. Stop doing that. That actually made me upset when I saw that. I was like, how dare you put Tron? Don't
talk about impact. What kind of impact a game can have on a man?
Yeah, impact my head is what it's doing.
So you weren't tempted at all. You weren't tempted at all to experience Thanos doing the Fortnite dance on Fortnite.
Oh,
Thanos is there.
Yeah, Thanos is there.
All the fun characters.
Oh wow.
my favorite is watching Naruto characters in that game. They straight up like there's one of the greatest videos I've ever seen was somebody somebody playing as Naruto. Naruto does like the hand signs and he pulls out a freaking like a freaking sniper rifle and like shoots and then does like the ninja run. And then he stops and he pulls out like another like shotgun and like shoots someone and then like starts flossing. And I was like
so weird. It's a weird culture that Fortnite has created, right? And the fact that Ariana Grande is hosting a concert, like there's stuff happening in here. I don't even know what this game is anymore. There's concerts happening.
There's the Star Wars
there's
lore,
characters
the Star
in
Wars,
there.
the Rise of Skywalker story.
No,
it's
more
not.
than
It's not. It's transcended gaming. Is what it's done.
Yeah, it's a full platform for itself.
Number 79, I'd say it's 20 games better than Final Fantasy VII.
God, that's awful. That's actually like awful.
Had to do it.
Like I'm not even saying that memeing. Like I can having played it, I can understand why people would find it fun. I can understand the gameplay loop jiving with some people. But it's not that interesting. It really is not. I can see it played at a high level. It might be interesting to watch, where people can build like super fast or whatever. It's like that's kind of impressive. But no, I'm sorry, but no.
The fact that this list is without Impact. So if you took into account Impact, this is like top 10 game of all time, right?
Yeah, because of sales and like every 13-year-old that plays this game and spends their parents' money.
Yeah, apparently without Impact, it's the 79th best game of all time. That's crazy.
That's right. Yeah.
Just on its own as a game.
7 wouldn't even be on this list for the Impact. The Impact, no, that game doesn't have Impact. No. It's Fortnite. No, that's a game with Impact.
Didn't impact me. That's all I'm saying. Number 78 is Fable 2. All right. I love Fable. I'm down for that.
Love Fable.
No opinion.
Is this a series I've played every game of, every bit, every inch of every single game except for Fable the Journey. Just because that was a Kinect game. But as far as Kinect games go, it was decent. But that's another subject. But Fable 2 was my least favorite game.
Wow.
But
that's interesting.
That's a different take. Yeah. I feel like it's most people's
Fable
favorite.
3.
Fable 3 was my most favorite game. In my top 10 of all time, honestly. People don't like it.
No one likes
it. I love that game too.
I haven't met one person that likes that game.
I love that game.
It was just my game. It was perfect for me.
I love Fable 3.
It's still one of those games I could play today. I beat it 7 times. I've 100%ed it multiple times. No other game have I 100%ed multiple times besides Fable 3.
That's Majora's Mask for me. I've 100% that game like 3 times. But
I love Fable 3. I really do.
Yeah.
Wow. I guess I didn't know that.
The thing with Fable 3 is you can hold hands. You can hold hands.
Okay, all right. Well, I gotta play it now. I can't do that with anyone in real life.
You can grab a girl's hand and you walk around with it. It's so awesome.
There's just something special about the game. I don't know, the charm, the comedy, the jank. It's got a lot of jank, but it works.
I do find jank very charming. So.
Yeah, you're speaking my language.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I should give it a try.
On an old PC, so it was extra janky. I couldn't even play the mini games. It was that janky.
Fable 3 you would see everywhere. You would see GameStop all the time for like $5, $3. Right. I'm like, wow, this is a steal. These people need to get in on this. Fable 2 is excellent, though. I played Fable 2 as well, and it is great. Here's number 77. This is where the Impact thing really gets me. How this is so much higher than Final Fantasy 7, I don't know. But it's GoldenEye 007.
I don't think it stands up.
That makes literally 0 sense. Yeah. And I will say this, if Perfect Dark is not on this list, and this is, I don't know what they're smoking at IGN. I just gotta, it's like Perfect Dark is still kind of jank. It's still kind of weird to play. It's a much better game than GoldenEye. I'll tell you that.
Their first sentence again breaks their rule. GoldenEye was a revelation.
In 1997. Yeah.
You cannot play it now. I'm sorry. Sorry. I don't care who you are. If you grew up on that game, I can understand maybe getting the boys together to play a couple matches. But you're not playing it for that long.
It's just for nostalgia now.
It's literally nostalgia.
If you've never played it, you're not going to.
Yeah, you can't play it now. It's very near and dear to my heart. I mean, I grew up with playing this with my brother and my sister, and I love this game. But if you're gonna have the rule not based on impact, I mean, it had a lot of impact, but you take that out, and you're literally saying.
Have you played the Wii version?
I have.
Either of you?
I have.
I have the 360 port of the Wii version, the Reloaded. I haven't played it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they updated it with HD and stuff. So I haven't played that yet.
Was it any good? I know it's like
it was. Game, it actually was pretty good. Yeah, I've actually heard people speak very positively about that game. So
I like the most important thing.
The multiplayer was not as good, I think, though, and that was the thing that was kind of a sticking point. I think the campaign was actually quite good, but the multiplayer was not quite.
The most important thing is Nicole Scherzinger's cover of GoldenEye, the theme song. That was great. That was a great new thing they did just for that game. But GoldenEye 007, the original, is like, I don't know what they're trying to say.
Grant Kirkhope, he did the soundtrack slaps. The soundtrack's still great of that game. That's one thing that has aged like fine wine. But
they literally commented in the beginning simply some games might have been surpassed by other games, or they've aged, so that's exactly what this is. It's just been surpassed, and and it doesn't hold up as well now. So they don't care about that rule. Suddenly, this is number 77. I don't know. Number 76 is Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Okay.
This is the game I love. I mean,
game I adore. The game that you adore more than me.
The biggest
probably.
crossover in video game history, for sure.
I haven't played this one yet.
Oh my god.
This is the Switch one, right?
Get off this podcast. No, I'm kidding.
I've put hundreds of hours into it, honestly.
Yeah.
A lot of time.
Zach is pretty good at this game, I will say.
I'm okay.
Anytime I want to play Smash, I'm just like, I'll just play my 3DS. I don't know. I feel like there's no reason to have more than one Smash game. But you could prove me wrong.
Wow. Super Smash Bros. Well, the fact that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is the ultimate Smash Bros. Game might be your reason.
Yeah,
So,
there's something magic there. There's some magic in that game. That's for sure.
Yeah, and it's like a love letter to so many different things, you know.
Is there a single player mode?
Yeah.
There is. Yeah. Yeah, it's good. It's not Subspace Emissary good, but it's good.
It is decent, yeah. But it'll give you something to do. But obviously it's best with multiplayer, and I follow it competitively. That's where I like it a lot. Super Smash Bros. Melee I also really love competitively. As a game, it's not as much for me, but I'd expect this is the only Smash Bros. Game on the list. But
probably.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Number 75 is Spelunky 2.
I've played the first Spelunky. That game is very good. I've not played the second one. I know nothing about it, so I know it exists.
Number 74 is Return of the Obra Dinn.
This was on my Gents Challenge list.
Really? And this one?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I haven't played it. It looks great. It's like a mystery game. You're like on a ship and you're trying to like figure out what's going on.
That sounds like I'm down. You sold me, actually.
The graphical style looks like they blended like a PC game with like a Game Boy. It has like a very interesting sort of like pixely 3D mapping. It's fascinating to look at.
Okay.
But
number 73 is Dota 2.
It's interesting that's above League of Legends.
Yeah.
I will say one of my housemates plays that every week with his brother.
Okay, this is a whole genre that I'm just not.
Yeah.
I've never tried, and it doesn't interest me at all. So I'm like,
no.
Yeah, same.
Didn't
Dota 2 precede League of Legends?
Mm-mm. Dota did.
Okay.
Because Dota was like that was like the precursor to all this. Dota was like literally the beginning of the work. It was because it was a Warcraft 3 mod of a mode in Warcraft 3 or something, and then Dota came from that, and then League of Legends was like its own riff on Dota. So.
Number 72 is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Game's pretty great.
I love this game. It's the best Mario Kart game, and I don't think there's an argument otherwise.
No.
I won't accept any arguments.
No, there is no argument. It is the best Mario Kart game ever made, easily.
Like if you want to say Mario Kart Double Dash is, you can't say it's better. I feel you can't. You can say it's your favorite.
Yeah, Mario Kart Double Dash is good. I will give it that. I would say it's number 2 probably.
Even though Mario Kart Wii is great as well.
Super Mario Kart for the win.
No way. No shot.
No. Super Mario Kart is good. I will give it that. It's fun. It's like, I like it. But
it's bearable, but I'm not playing with Super Mario Kart in 2022. I'll tell you that.
Nah, I'm playing Mario Kart 8 all the way.
I feel like I'm a very small percentage of the gamers. I don't like Mario Kart really.
There you go.
Yeah, I love Super Mario Kart for the retro charm and the nostalgia, but besides that, like as a kid, everybody
7
would play Mario Kart DS on the lunch break or whatever, and I would bring it, I would play it, but I wouldn't enjoy it,
You just felt socially obligated to play Mario Kart.
Right.
Okay.
Right. I never understood. It's like, okay, we're going forward. We're just going forward. Okay, we're getting some stuff
some
occasionally.
Items.
Oh, I fell off the edge. Oh, I'm going forward again. Okay. It's the most. I guess that's a problem with me in racing games, but I do like some racing games. I feel like Mario Kart is just the most boring of racing games. I don't know why. Like, I love the Sonic racing games. I don't know. Something about
I've actually I own a few of those, and I still haven't played one of them yet. But
Yeah,
All Stars Racing Transformed was my shit.
yeah.
Wow, that's surprising. You like the Sonic games, but you don't like the Mario Kart.
Right. I
That is interesting.
myself there, you know. Is that a new lollipop, Zach?
It is.
Zach's he's just going down on the lollipops right now. I don't know what's going on?
Oh, okay.
He's going...
All right. Number 71 is Donkey Kong, the original arcade Donkey Kong. We're talking.
Okay.
I mean, I would say it doesn't age badly. I would say it still stands up. Yeah.
I would say it's of arcade games. It's one of the ones that's I would say is one of the most approachable, because like Donkey Kong is a recognizable name, but like even notwithstanding that, it's just fun. Like, the game is just fun to play. Even when you lose, it's like, okay, well, let's just pop another quarter in and try it again. It's a fun, simple little game. I don't know if I would. Maybe I would put it on this list, but
it's weird, like the ordering. How do you order these things? Because it just seems like things are kind of random. It's like
when you're in the weeds, it is a little random. Yeah.
Until you're in the top 10 or top 20, then it starts. Yeah.
Number 70 is The Sims 3. Now, I love The Sims. I love The Sims. This is probably the best Sims. It's probably the best Sims. Like...
It's hard to go back to after playing 4,
really?
Though. I know 4 has a lot stripped from it, but everything that 4 has added has made it so hard to go back to 3, I feel like.
Okay.
Wasn't 4 the one that was like really criticized because of like there was like a lot. I seem to remember there being like a lot of problems or like controversy with other 3 or 4. I don't remember what the
people criticize 4 a lot. Yeah. Definitely, it's stripped down. It's got a lot taken out for sure. No cars and stuff like that.
Oh, weird.
No cars. Get the fuck out.
So they can sell later in microtransactions.
Right. They've added so many expansions and stuff. Right.
Oh my god, there's thousands of dollars at this point in expansions.
But it's interesting. What will push them to go to Sims 5, and then what will be the direction there? Because I really love a lot of the options.
We're ever gonna get a Sims 5, honestly.
Really, maybe the end as we know it.
Maybe in like give them 5 or 10 more years, but they're really pumping Sims 4, and they just released a new version of expansion packs, like the kits. Like they're just like starting new stuff for 4, so I feel like.
And they had like Star Wars. They had Sims 4 cross Star Wars. They had.
Oh jeez.
If we get a Sims 5, it's just gonna be called The Sims. I'm about to tell you right now.
Oh no, that's the soft reboot.
There we go. The soft reboot of The Sims. Yeah.
And you'll be able to do nothing at all. You gotta pay $5 to buy the ability to build your house.
Well, you have to just start. You just have to start from the ground up, like Island, Animal Crossing.
Create a sim, $5.
Jeez.
Yeah.
All right, number 69 is Splinter Cell Chaos Theory.
Nice. I don't know anything about this series. I don't even know. Is this a first person shooter? Is this a?
I don't know.
It's a stealth game.
Ubisoft, I think. Classic stealth series. I haven't played any, but I've watched a lot of videos. They look fun. Nothing I would ever play myself.
I would never touch it with a 10-foot pole.
I remember watching a friend in college play Splinter Cell Conviction, which is not a stealth game, and that game was awesome.
Okay.
But I don't remember anything. I don't know anything else about this series really. Sam Fisher is the main character. Yeah, that's about it.
Tom Clancy.
Tom Clancy.
Yeah.
Tom Clancy. Yeah,
Number
Tom Clancy's.
68 is Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island.
Is that better than Super Mario World?
No.
I don't think so.
But
not one bit.
I mean, Super Mario World's
Super Mario World is gonna show. Super Mario World is almost certainly going to show up on here.
Okay, I hope this doesn't.
I will say this. I think I would say I would cede that Super Mario World is a better game than Mario World 2, even though I find Mario World 2 a lot more interesting and charming. The graphical, especially the graphical style of this game, amazing. Like the what they were able to manage to do with like the pixel art in this game is just so cute. They just did such a good job with Mario World 2. But,
it is iconic for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on.
I actually think Mario World's kind of ugly.
Is this the first
Okay, take it easy.
Mario platformer we're seeing? I think this is.
Yeah, other than Mario Kart, yeah, it's the only Mario representation we've seen yet, right?
I'll amend that. Mario's sprite in Super Mario World is very ugly. Everything else about it's fine.
Number 67 is Silent Hill 2. Okay.
I've never played this. I feel like if I had better frame of reference, I'd be like, oh, that's preposterous. This shows up much higher on my list.
I've heard it's good.
Yeah, I've heard it's...
I have never played it either. You know, I know people love the Silent Hill games, especially the early ones.
Mm-hmm. Number 66 is Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
Is GTA 5 showing up on this list? I feel like it kind of has to, right?
Probably, right? Grand Theft Auto San Andreas is probably considered the best of the classic ones, at least. But
yeah,
IGN sucks GTA 5's dick. They're gonna have it on this.
Wow. Okay. Wow.
No, don't mind if I do.
We know what's up here, I guess. Huh?
Yeah, it's Grand Theft Auto 5's dick.
Okay, yeah,
right.
All right. That's going to be one of the... That should have been 69 is what that should have been. Grand Theft Auto 5, you know? And so...
And number 65 is XCOM 2. Okay.
Okay.
The new one, right? Yeah.
Yes. That's...
Sure.
Because there's XCOM Enemy Unknown, and then there was XCOM... There's like a weird first-person shooter XCOM game that no one liked, and then... And XCOM 2, which I've heard that's good. Mm-hmm. I know I have no frame of reference to these strategy games. Yeah. So
number 64 is Control. This is a new one,
interesting.
Right?
Yeah, it's a couple years ago.
I want it. It's on my list. That's about it.
I bought it for my brother, and he was such a big fan that he liked it. He likes it a lot. I own it too. I just haven't gotten around to playing it. I'm a big fan of the developer. I almost said Quantic Dream, but that's not their name. That is absolutely not who
is it. Remedy?
It's Remedy, yeah. Because they made a game, Quantum Break. And I always in my mind I always get like Quantic Dream, even though that's David Cage's studio. Mm-hmm. But yeah. Anyway,
did they make Max Payne?
Yes, Remedy made the Max Payne games.
Alan Wake.
Alan Wake is one of my very favorites. Mm-hmm. So,
or any of those games in the list.
What's that?
Would any of those games be on this list or not?
I don't think Alan Wake's gonna show up. As much as I love that game, I don't think it's showing up.
It's pretty high.
It would have shown up. It would have shown up already.
That's more niche.
Yeah.
Too niche for IGN. Like if we
totally.
Deadly Premonition on here, but
Deadly Premonition is not showing up on this. I love that game. That's not showing up on this list.
Right, like that's one of those games I would say is the best, top 100, but definitely is not going to be on this list.
No, they wouldn't put that on a top 1,000 probably.
Yeah. Number 63 is Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare.
Okay, I think you're the only one. I mean, I don't know, Tiger. You may have actually played this game. I have not played it.
I'm not a Call of Duty guy.
Right. You're not a first shooter guy, right?
Yeah.
So, you enjoy the
this
same.
Game it's great. It's great. But I mean, I have a feeling this is the only Call of Duty on the list. I would say probably Modern Warfare 2 is better. Black Ops probably better.
1 is like freaking great.
Because Call of Duty 4, obviously, in terms of impact, it would be up there, but we're not doing impact, so that's what it seems weird to me.
Is this actually the best one, dude?
I don't think it's actually just the best one. Like, if you're just on paper, what's the objective of best Call of Duty? I don't think so.
I would argue that Black Ops 1
Modern Warfare 2, but
Modern Warfare 2 had an amazing multiplayer experience. Also, No Russian was like, controversy city. I thought that was great.
Right. It was, yeah. And Black Ops does have zombies, and if you want that,
Black Ops has zombies. That's the real meat and potatoes of, and I will say the multiplayer of that is still really good. But zombies, like, so much time in college playing zombies mode, man, it was great.
So yeah, I mean, it just seems weird. Like they're playing fast and loose with this impact rule, because like some of these games seem like they're just
Only
picking up for
when
impact.
it works in their favor, in their opinion favor.
We know you're a
Right,
fan
right.
IGN. Tony likes Pro Skater 2. Oh.
Nah.
Okay, number 62 is Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love that game. Love that game.
I own all three of these.
So is this Is this considered the best of the new ones?
I don't think it is considered generally, but I would say I played the 2. I think there's a third one now.
Shadow.
Shadow. But I played the first and the second, and they were both really good. But this game, it blew me away. Like I got to like the last chapter. I didn't absolutely beat it, but I got there in like a weekend. It was really engrossing.
Okay.
And the set pieces, no game like blew me away more with their set pieces than this game. Like they really did it well.
I bought this game for my ex's brother, I think. But I bought it for myself, so
Mm-hmm.
I still haven't played it yet.
This is a good spot for that on the list, you think? Number 62.
Guess so. Yeah, it's not perfect. Definitely simplistic, and this is not.
Simplistic.
Yeah. As far as other games in this genre go, I feel like the world is a little fake. Like it's a fake attempt at doing a small open world, but they don't really know what they're doing. So they like, oh, Ubisoft does this, and somebody else does that. Well, let's throw this all
Naughty
together
Dog.
and see what we get.
Naughty Dog doesn't really make open world games, but they make
But, like,
the Uncharted style games.
The little sections of open worldness.
Yeah.
That's definitely. It feels like it wants to be Uncharted, but it is not Uncharted. And it's okay. It's okay it has its own identity against Uncharted, but it just ends up feeling a little convoluted at times, especially with the side stuff. It's definitely the side stuff is plucked straight out of other games.
But it's interesting seeing these AAA games in here. It's like, it's weird, the question of the top 100 video games of all time, and we have like, there's going to be so many of these AAA games from the past couple years in here, and it's like, how do you really? I guess naturally, especially if you're not going based on impact, a lot of them should be the newer games or the best games, but it's weird to see some like really new games. Like there's even newer games in here for the top 100 games of all time,
Right.
Number 61 is Batman Arkham City.
So Arkham City is here. Is Arkham Asylum? That means Arkham Asylum is out?
Probably.
Yeah, so.
Which is interesting to me. I go back and forth on which one I like more all the time. I think Arkham Asylum is generally regarded as the better game these days. I think when it came out, Arkham City was.
Everybody loved Arkham City. And they went crazy for it.
Yeah, the story of Arkham City, I would say, is superior, particularly when it comes to like the overall flow and plotting, and especially the ending. Arkham Asylum's one biggest flaw is its final fight is awful. The fight against hulked out Joker, spoiler alert to a 13-year-old game, is terrible. It's just one of the worst fights I think I've ever.
I could never beat that fight. I made it all the way there and could never beat it.
Yeah, it sucks. It's not good. It's not fun. It really just isn't fun. But the rest of the game is like phenomenal. I think having the constrained environment actually works to its favor. And that's kind of what the later games sort of lost sight of. At least that's the general consensus. I have not played Arkham Knight, which is the last one that came out.
It was fun.
Yeah,
definitely,
and I've heard
nothing like Asylum, but Arkham Knight was my favorite of what I played. I haven't played City though. Arkham
Origins is the one that everyone likes to hate on for a lot of reasons, but the reason that I really enjoyed it was because it's more or less the same map as Arkham City. I think it might be a little bit bigger. But Batman at Christmas, there's just something so magical about that for me. It's just like it's so good. It's like Batman at Halloween, that that fits probably more accurately. Be like the juxtaposition of Batman at Christmas is just like there's something that just like that really It really, oh yeah, it gives me chills thinking about it. I love it. I love that. That's such a great thing for me. I love that.
I played Blackgate on both the 3DS and the Vita. I had a lot of fun with it.
Oh,
it was during
I've not heard good things. I've not heard about good things about about that game.
Yeah, I played anything that came out on the Vita at that time. There wasn't much.
Oh yeah, the Vita. It's true. The poor thing.
I was a Vita diehard fan. I'm still sad about it. They didn't do well with it. It should have done a lot better.
So, are there any Vita games showing up on this list?
Yeah, what would it be?
I would have hoped to see Persona 4 Golden, but it seems like we're not going to see that.
It's also on the PC now too. So. Yeah.
Number 60 is Dishonored 2.
Okay.
Haven't played those yet.
Me neither.
Number 59.
Yeah, I haven't played it.
Is The Witness.
Yeah.
Does it hold up? I haven't played it recently, but
The Witness.
Played on release.
I'm a massive fan of Jonathan Blow. I think he might be. I love both games that he's made. I was like, all of his games. He's come out with 2 games. He's somebody that
game?
Braid.
Oh, okay.
Just an immense amount of respect for him as a creative. He's someone that, like, I don't agree with a lot of some of his ideas and some of his things behind, like, game philosophy. I don't necessarily agree with. I think he is someone that is fundamentally important to have in the industry. Someone that looks at games the way he does. I think is tremendously important. And The Witness is so simple and is so brilliant. We're taking just one concept of this environment, which basically feels like the island portion of Myst, and then you just walking around that and solving the same kind of puzzles in the however many ways he could think of. Getting a line from one point to another in a like a maze pattern. It's so simple and it's so perfect. Yeah, it's simple game design done to as refined and as perfect as I think you can make it. It's a great game.
Nice.
For sure.
I'll say he was my favorite character in Indie Game the movie.
Jonathan Blow. Yeah, he just kind of shows up to offer some sage wisdom here and there.
Right.
In between Ed McMillan kind of being like, "Yo, I'm just I'm making this Super Meat Boy game," and then with the Fez guy like. Phil Fish losing his mind every 3 seconds. I'm like, I'm kind of glad you're not making video games anymore. I'm sorry to say, you're kind of insane.
What could he have made more is the question. Could he have made another game? I feel like if he had tried, it would have not happened.
No, probably not.
All right, well, next up is number 58, which is Journey. Which was this was on my list. This was on my list for this Gents Challenge.
Wow, I should have had this on my list.
I really would like to. I mean, I love what I've heard of it. It's like it seems like a really unique experience. And the way they say it here, they said Journey is the closest a video game has come to emulating the effects of poetry. So
classic PGRF Thanos hated Journey.
You hated it.
Called it the most overhyped bullshit of all time. As an adult, I can appreciate it a little bit more, but it's not the godsend that IGN calls it. Like, they made it Game of the Year that year.
They did?
Like Skyrim and Skyward Sword and stuff. I'm like, no.
Okay, that's a little extreme.
Yeah,
maybe a little extreme. I can.
It's a 2-hour walk. And it's beautiful.
What is it? A 2-hour walk? I mean, give me a break.
It's an artsy game for artsy people, and if you're not into that, then I can respect that. I feel like it's a game that's going to be very much up my alley.
It's a beautiful game.
Yeah,
it's an experience for sure, but it's not better than Skyrim. I mean, come on.
All right, number 57 is Uncharted 2. Of
course, they put that up.
Is Uncharted 4 showing up on this list? That's gonna be my question now.
I haven't
probably
played
will.
It.
A lot of people speak very highly of Uncharted 4. I haven't played it either.
So
I haven't played
any of them.
Any of them. Still.
Oh, I've
See,
played 1
this is
and 3 and the Vita game.
you haven't even played 2? 2 is the one that everyone
played
says is
2.
good. It was like the best one.
Yeah.
I know. I need to. It's been on my list eternally. I could never beat 1. I was trying to beat the first game and go into it, but I could never get like past like a certain shootout section. So I fell off. I played 3 when it came out, and that got me into the series. You know, 3 was so good. Like that gaming experience might have gotten me into video games as much as I am into them now. I didn't know my PS3 could look that good. That was my first experience playing an HD game when I got my HDMI cable 5 years after everybody. It was an experience, and I was blown away. I gotta play that again, definitely.
Yeah, to tell you the truth, the first time I played on my own TV, I'd been over to friends' house and stuff, but on my own TV, first time I think I played a game. No, I guess maybe that's not necessarily true. I think I had hooked up my 360 with an HDMI cable to my parents' TV, but I think the first time I was ever blown, like literally blown away by a game looking good on my TV was when I plugged in the PS4 and played Final Fantasy 15. I was floored. I was floored how good it looked. And still looks good to this day. That game looks great.
Oh yeah.
So,
that game's not showing up on this list. No one likes that game.
Number
To
56,
me, I love it.
Number 56 is one that you can speak on, Alec. It's Overwatch.
Okay.
I do gotta say, my phone's gonna die soon. I'm not gonna make it all the way. Maybe
well,
we can.
I was gonna
cut it
say
off
we
at
could
50.
cut it off at 51. Probably would be best.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
And what
the
we
first
can
half.
here's the thing. We can do that. We can do the half, and then when we come back, this might be kind of wild. Maybe we could come back after the 2 months, and then we can do the other half.
2 months later for the other half.
That's fine. Sounds good.
Okay.
Maybe we shouldn't wait that long. If you can come back next in another week.
Just let me know. I'm usually off Mondays and Fridays. I'll schedule. I'll put you in my calendar.
Cool. All
Okay.
right.
Well, let's get to 51 if you can.
We'll get to 51. We'll get there.
Overwatch. Do you think this is a good spot for Overwatch?
Overwatch is a game I have very complicated feelings on these days, particularly with everything going on at Activision Blizzard. Thankfully, none of all the scandal stuff that's going on over there has been from anything involved in the Overwatch team at all. Like for anyone who doesn't know, I won't go into the scandal, but anyone who doesn't know how Activision Blizzard is set up, they basically have like completely different buildings for like all of their teams, or like at least different sections of buildings for teams. So like Overwatch has their own building basically where they work on everything. And like none of like the sexual harassment stuff's really been going on over there. So, which is good considering all the values of what that game stands for, of like inclusivity and stuff. And it's like Overwatch is an amazing game. The problem with it is the fact that they just haven't been supporting it. And it sucks because like it has so much promise and potential that like if Overwatch 2 doesn't succeed, then Overwatch was a failure. And that's really depressing to say because Overwatch 1 was such a phenomenal game for a good few, like 2 or 3 years. And it was really just so enjoyable to just get on, play with friends, and have a good time. Teamwork. Like it was fun. It was just a fun game to play. Very good. I watched that competitively too. The first 2 seasons, I watched like all the games of the team that I supported on the Boston Uprising. It's like they're my team. I haven't really watched any of the pro scene in like the last 2 seasons. I haven't played the game in probably over a year. It sucks because it was a game I was playing literally every day. But I can't really get behind it anymore. But I think it deserves to be on here for sure. It's a game that definitely made a huge mark in terms of
no impact.
Legacy, impact. No, I mean the game is just extremely well designed and really fun. I mean, when it comes down to it.
Didn't it have no single player mode of any kind?
No, it didn't. It doesn't.
Yeah.
That's something that Overwatch 2 That's something that Overwatch. That's something that Overwatch 2 is going to be introducing. But here's the thing: the problem is Overwatch 2. Really, what just should have happened is you should have just continued to make stuff that you were going to be putting in Overwatch 2. Just make it for Overwatch 1, and if you really need to, make like a visual content update for people who want it. It's so much. There's so much. Mm-hmm. They've done such a poor job with figuring that out, but I don't know. Anyway, Overwatch still a solid game. Overwatch, just kind of overrated. Dead at this point.
Mm-hmm. And when I was in college, that's all people would play. I never got into it, but oh my goodness, I had to spend hours watching people play that game. You know, pass the fucking blunt. Come on.
All right, number 55 is just interesting. Apex Legends.
Above Overwatch?
Yeah.
That's like freaking fighting words right there. It's basically what it is. It's like, I'm gonna come here to do another character shooter. This is better than Overwatch. It's like, okay. Calm down there, IGN.
And the fact that they're side by side, that is definitely just...
Yeah, that was very that was intentional.
Get the people talking. I can't make a statement on it, but
I haven't played Apex. It's probably fun. It looks fun. I've watched VTubers play it. That's about it. Yeah.
Number 54 is Hollow Knight.
It was on my list for Jen's Challenge. I really wish I'd been chosen that, even though that game's long. It's like a 30, 40-hour game or something.
A lot of indie love in here, though. That's interesting. In the top 100 games of all time. Number 54 is pretty strong. Yeah, I haven't played it, unfortunately.
Beautiful looking game, great soundtrack. Mm-hmm. That's all I really have to say about it.
I gotta get into the Metroidvania genre again. The only game I really played was, the namesake Metroid and Castlevania games. I haven't really gotten into the indie versions of them.
All right, well, number 53 is Miss Pac-Man. I love this game. I love Miss Pac-Man. It's still good.
Does this mean that Pac-Man's not on the list, though?
Yes.
Come on.
Certainly does.
Come on.
Miss Well, you gotta... It's queen shit is what it is. It's Miss Pac-Man.
That's what it is.
Pac-Man.
You gotta put some respect on her.
Slap a bow on that, slap a little blush on, there you go. You get Miss Pac-Man.
Looking like a whole snack.
Definitely were random about this. Oh, it's newer. It must be better.
Isn't Miss Pac-Man considered better?
Is golden. Pac-Man is
the
only
original Pac-Man.
The original Pac-Man is the only Pac-Man. Any other version is just a derivation, not made with the original spirit.
Oh, okay. Wow. So it goes against the very vision of Pac-Man, you're saying. To have Miss Pac-Man.
Yeah.
I mean, Miss Pac-Man wasn't that later.
I get confused about the history because I think there was some stuff where it's like Miss Pac-Man was like unlicensed or something, or licensing
Miss Pac-Man was... Nowadays we call it like a ROM hack. It was a ROM hack of Pac-Man.
Right.
And then it was so popular they bought it and sold it as its own thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
but
that's what I thought.
It's not made by the original creator. You know, the only Pac-Man game actually made by the original creator was Pac-Man.
Right.
You know? And if you want to go, if you want to get into it, I can get into it.
Is your battery dying?
Yeah, can you have time to get into it?
This conversation is too long for right now. But I'll just say the real only sequel to Pac-Man is Nobi Nobi Boy on PS3. Okay, we can move on from there.
Wow, you're very passionate about being anti-Miss Pac-Man. I didn't know that.
Anti-Pac. That's what's going on right now.
Well, and Ribble Rabble, but
Super Pac.
That's probably not going to be on here.
Super Pac or Baby Pac-Man?
Super Pac. So
those were not.
Well, what's interesting is that, like, how do they differentiate, or what really sets Miss Pac-Man is that much better than Donkey Kong? Is it really that? It's like 20 slots better. How do you rate that? But Miss Pac-Man is just 20 slots, 20 games better than Donkey Kong and the best games of all time.
See, I'd say freaking Space Harrier is my favorite arcade game of all time, but I wouldn't put it necessarily above Donkey Kong, no.
Mm-hmm. I feel like Miss Pac-Man's probably better than Donkey Kong, but
I don't.
I prefer it.
I don't freaking know.
But they're both in the
I like
same-
it. It's a
same
fun game. It's a great game.
All right, we're getting down to it. Number 52 is Counter-Strike 1.6.
Okay. I've never played a Counter-Strike game.
What's better? What's so much better than 1.6 versus Counter-Strike Go?
I don't know.
CS:GO.
I have no idea.
CS:GO is like the one like everyone plays. There's a competitive scene for it. What's so amazing about 1.6? I don't even know what that is.
I don't know.
I've never even heard of
I
that.
don't know. I'll hear CS:GO, but look, they're not talking about impact. If you look at the objective truth, Counter-Strike 1.6 is obviously the better game. So.
You look at the objective truth. Here it is.
And it's just
1.6,
one.
boom.
It's just barely edges out Miss Pac-Man if you really weigh all those things out. It's like Counter-Strike 1.6, right over there. Okay, but
Okay.
let's round it out for this video. The last one, number 51, is Left 4 Dead 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a good game. This is a good game.
So many middle school memories just playing that game.
Mhm.
I don't like first-person games, but I had fun playing that game.
I've never played this. I've played the original Left 4 Dead.
Really?
I never got to play the second one.
Okay.
And I didn't even play the original back like during its heyday when it was truly beloved. I didn't play it till years after to try it a little bit. But it seems like exactly my kind of game I'd be into.
This
Kind of
game
experience.
has aged very well. It's still super fun to play. It has,
good.
yeah. I can guarantee you. I just played it like for the first time.
Well, of course
Like,
it has.
maybe like
list.
maybe like I don't know. It was last year sometime. I had so much fun. It's great.
Mhm.
It's a great game. I used to watch one of my roommates in college play this game all the time.
Some nights you'll be like, you'll play Left 4 Dead 2, then we'll play Goldeneye next, right? Back to back. All the games that have
Right.
aged really well.
And at least we have to play them before Final Fantasy VII. After all,
Maybe throw in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2.
yeah.
And people are like, why don't you play the remake? I'm like, no, this is the better game. Hear me out. Throw it in there. Put it up. Donkey Kong and Miss Pac-Man. We're just having a ball.
Oh.
Right. Well, that's number 100 to 51 of IGN's top 100 video games of all time.
The first half.
First half. How are we
Thank
feeling?
you so much for having me, guys.
Yeah.
I appreciate it.
How are we feeling about this list? By the way,
It's just questionable. Like it seems like they're not really sticking
It's
to
thrown. It's
Yeah.
just thrown there. That's all it is.
like some of this is like okay, I see that, but like other parts are like wow, like what, huh? Like there's some weird
Yeah.
curveballs in here.
Like it is not based on impact. Some of them are very questionable. And then like
Yeah,
they talk about how they're not going to put games that haven't aged well or they've been surpassed, and then they throw in Goldeneye, like not even like number 99. It is number 77, so it's quite a ways in there, and it's significantly over Final Fantasy VII, which is seemingly there because it hasn't aged as well. It's been surpassed, so it seems like they're just back and forth with the rules. And then if you look at the ordering, it seems kind of random at times, but it'll be really interesting to look at the top 50 because that's where it really gets down to like the placements are a lot more important when you get to the top 50. So
yeah. When we come back, when we do this again,
I'm excited for number 50. I saw it.
don't tell them. They will never know.
Yeah, until they watch the next one
Tiger,
or go read the article themselves.
What are you up to?
Well,
Where can people find you?
Please check out Daphne 2 Presents the Pod. It's on wherever you listen to podcasts. Specifically, check it out on Spotify for the exclusive video version. You can find me on Instagram at Scooby-Doo_Daphne2, or you can just Google Daphne 2. That's Daphne TOO. You'll find me.
Nice.
Sweet.
Nice. Well,
All
thanks
right.
for watching. Alec, what video would you recommend our viewers watch after this one?
You should go check out our taking random BuzzFeed quizzes episode that we did with Rusty.
Right. That was fun.
Yeah.
A little more like this is kind of a casual thing, just kind of going through it.
Laid back.
Yeah.
Laid back.
So, if you have any feedback or any thoughts on what we talked about here today, feel free to hit the link in the description for a Google form, and you can send us that, and we might just respond to it in a future video. All right?
Yeah.
And check out the links to everything in the description. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell, all right? Until next time.
Yes.
All right.